the Sunday Morning Pillaging Show. Chris for Raiders. Oh, for the nation, Jasin. Oh, pillaging just for Sundays. Oh, me and Chris, we don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Salute. We don't miss. What's up with the crew? Oh, another Sunday morning. Another Sunday morning. We at it. I say we. My brother Chris, unfortunately for me, cannot be here today due to, fortunately for him, he's going to the game. So, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be having way more fun than we are. So, shout to Chris. Might have a surprise coming on. Might not. We'll see. Hope everyone's doing good, man. Welcome. I know it's been disappointing, guys, you know, and it's hard to kind of get pumped up for these days. You know, even with the game like today that we, you know, on paper, I'm gonna stop doing that too, because, you know, all the games that we say we should win and we should do this and we should be better than this team, and then we do what we do. So we're just gonna let it play out. That's how it's gonna have to work for the rest of the season. We're just gonna let them play out and see what they do. Today, you know, due to us doing a lot of losing, I have not been, you know, putting 100%, into, you know, the content due to being disappointed. Because, you know, we talk about what we should do. If we do this, we'll come out on top. And if you know, if we run the ball, if we do this, if we blah, blah, you know, all that stuff. And then we see the results. So it's, you know, no excuses, man. It's just, for me, I love when this team wins. This team, when it wins, gives me a good week moving forward. Nothing can really, you know, stop my shine. But when we lose, oh, it sucks. The week sucks. The work sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything sucks. We got to hear about everybody else winning and us doing what we do. So, you know, it's time. It's time for change. But I don't want to harp on, you know, what is. It's on the players at the end of the day, you know, to make this thing stop. Because, you know, someone's going to have to be like, you know what? I'm not losing no more games, man. You know, whatever we got to do, you know, and there's, I guess, no one doing that, you know, because it's, we find a way every time. Now, I know it's been a lot of stuff, turnovers and everything like that, but we gotta triumph through it a lot, man. We gotta dig deep. They're professionals, you know. We expect this, and it just sucks for us because, you know, like I said, the best fans in the world, man. Raider Nation is there consistently. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend, even though with everything going on, it's hard, you know, but we're just frustrated. You know, we vented, you know, we've said what we said, you know. I'm pretty sure everyone meant everything they said, you know. I stand by my comments of just things that just have been going wrong. And if things were different, we wouldn't be saying nothing. So it's not on us. It's not on Raider Nation to, you know, watch our words and watch what we say, because this is getting kind of old. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long should I be patient? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we've been pretty patient as Raider fans. I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have been very patient with this team. We've had to, like McDaniels, that's just one that just comes to my mind. And just him coming here and us knowing what was going to be. But, you know, we Fortnite bros, salute, welcome. You know, we knew what it was, and we didn't like him. We didn't, you know, but for our team, we sacrificed, and we had to swallow our pride for a lot of people that they bring in here. And just for it to not work out, Now, if it works out, like say if McDaniels took us to like 3 straight championships, he wouldn't have been my favorite, but I would have respected him because for one, just for turning around what has been a mess of a franchise for years, and I know a lot of people are hard on Pete, and the record, speaks for itself. Jonathan 23 GH, salute. What up, though? Yeah, it's been rough. And I know we expected a lot. We expected better than this. Maybe not 10 wins, maybe not, that was just us kind of being hopeful. Q Jeff, salute. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. We expected him to this year. Who's your favorite player from the Raiders? All time, I'm a big Charles Woodson fan. I'm gonna say right now, definitely Bowers, Genty are some of my favorites right now. But yeah, those are kind of the bright spots for us right now. But yeah, I was big Charles Woodson. Rod Woodson, when he was with us, was spectacular. Definitely one of my favorite DBs here. Yeah, we playing these Titans. And we were kind of going into just pretty much like how Pete comes. This is his first year, and of course we expected things. I mean, the Chicago game, we could have won it. It could have been a second win. We win today. This could have been third win. Things could have went different. Things coulda, shoulda, woulda, but they didn't. So we are where we are, and we know for our team, we know our Raiders, right? We're not the type of team that's going to tear off 5, 6 straight. So we know with every loss, that's just harder and harder for us to overcome. Yeah. So, basically, we knew we had to hit it hard in the beginning of the season to stay afloat. You know what I mean? That's why you see people kind of where it seems like we're giving up on the season. No, it's just we know our team. We're not the type. We're not built like that to be able to come back 4 straight, 3 straight. Last year, we didn't win 2 straight until I think it was like the last the game against I think the Jaguars and the Saints were 2 in a row. First time we did it all year last year. So this team, until proven otherwise, is not built to come back and battle yet because we're too inconsistent. We got 40 put on us twice already, and it's still young. The season's still young. So what we and this is, I'm not going to focus on, say, from the Super Bowl of 2002 and all that on. It's been the last 5 years because in that period, we have made the playoffs. How we made it, it was crazy, whatever, but we made it. And we started hot. We started 3-0, and that's how playoff teams start. You start hot, 3-1, 4-1, 5-2, something like that, where your winning record is better than your losing record. And that's how we have to do. We have to surprise. See, the beginning of the season is the best time to kind of catch teams off guard because you have people that are still figuring it out. You got new coaches coming in, new coordinators, new players, trades, all this kind of stuff. So you have people that have to adjust and kind of get used to the team. And that's the best time to catch teams is when you catch them while they're still trying to figure it out. Because it's nothing personal. You're just in our way. It's just another team in the way. But for us, it takes us 6 to 7 games to figure it out. We got that first win, and I think we just caught New England kind of slipping. And then the real us kind of showed its face as you see these 4 that we tore off in this last 4 weeks. Now, 2 out of that 4 have been ugly. One was a close one. We got that field goal blocked, and the Chargers game. So it's kind of crazy because the AFC West is still kind of, it's not too far away, but we got to start winning. That's the thing. And then these were the games we were supposed to win. Chicago should have been a 1. Chargers should have been a little bit closer, but, I figured we would kind of, take that L. But Washington with a backup quarterback, they shouldn't have put up no 40. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not about what other teams do. It's about what we do. How do we stop the bleeding? And how has this thing been bad for, say, the last? So you can't wait to play the Cowboys. That might be a rough one. But it is at home, so you never know. But we haven't been playing good at home. In fact, we haven't won a home game this season yet. So that's what I said. We got to make that place, as you can see the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to make Vegas home. We got to somehow bring that energy. Mark Davis, reach out to the city of Oakland. Like, don't forget about just all the stuff that we went through, like LA, all the stuff they went through, and you moved. I mean, it's like taking a flower, a plant, whatever, unplanting it, taking it to the desert. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect it to have the same life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it could struggle. It's not guaranteed. When you upplant something and take it somewhere, it's not guaranteed. Now, money-wise, you're doing great. Fantastic. Wins and losses, not so much. What do I think about the Colts? Colts pretty much are a QB plugging team, and they seem to always figure it out for a season. And then they kind of go on to somebody else, which is crazy. And Daniel Jones was someone that, it didn't work in New York, and look at Jackson Dart. He's working there. But I mean, it takes the player. And that's what I get mad at our squad is we don't see the winning ways in players. Like there's, like Patrick Mahomes. The worst position for him is being on the sideline when the game's on the line. That drives him crazy. You can see him with his tongue hanging out his mouth on the sidelines. And you can see that he wants to be in the game. He wants to impact the game because he can impact the game. I've seen this man pump fake past the line of scrimmage and still getting people, it's crazy, but he has that in him. And it's like, we need that player. Gino's not that player with that face after he throws these interceptions. That's not the guy. I mean, yes, sure, he could get better. He can improve. It's like everyone's saying that we're being so negative. I mean, give us something to be positive about. I mean, you think we want to talk about another loss, another 3 interceptions by Gino, another, we don't want to keep talking about this stuff. Like, shout to all the content creators for the Raiders, man, because I salute and respect each and every one of you guys because this is not easy. I get frustrated, even for the people that can come on here after we get blown out and still face, face everything, be there for us. Salute to all of you guys, man, because it's tough. Sometimes I get pissed. And it's like I'm tired of talking about losing. I could talk about losing all kind of ways now. I'm a professional loss talk abouter. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about the wins. But see, that's the thing. Even if we win today, it means nothing if we tear off 5 or 6 more losses after that. You know what I'm saying? So don't pacify me with just one to keep us excited. If we suck, man, we might as well suck and then just, be who we are. But what we never do is we never we can never look into this season and say, okay, we're not doing well. We need to figure this line out. Let's go make some moves. Let's, tinker with stuff until it works. Don't go into next season like this, searching for the answers again and looking for who is the, we're going to come compete and all this. Figure it out. Come into the season with it figured out. Dang it. I just watched it this morning too. If the name comes back to me, I will. Dang it. Who was that? Oh, Zeke. The guy that, usually does it with, does the content with Hondo. Zeke pretty much put it, I mean, we knew this, but I think we were just kind of ignoring this, hoping that we could, overcome these things. But like losing Colton Miller and Brock, our offensive rock of Brock Bowers. Now we expected, I think honestly, we didn't know, because first we heard it was a bone bruise or it was like a knee bruise or, something like that. But then it lingered and stuff like that. So, and he is literally our best we lost two of our best offensive players, and that is Chris Paul.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Got that
Can you hear
game
me?
day. Oh yeah, loud and clear. Yes.
Yeah, it's game day, and I'm here in Vegas, ready to go to the game, so we can go 2-4.
That's what I say. Things have got to change. We've got to get this thing going.
Yeah, I mean, I think this team is dangerous. I said I picked them to lose this game. I'm standing by that, but I don't want them to lose, and I'm a Raider fan, true and true. And like I told you, Jason, Tuesday night, if the Raiders win, I'm gonna shake my head. So that bet's still there.
Yeah. Sorry, the cat's back here going crazy. And then that's funny. So that's so weird because this was the game that you said would be that L, right? And then
Yeah.
it's funny because you're going to this game. You're going.
I guess the football guys want to prove me wrong, so I hope they do prove me wrong. I want to be totally wrong that they're gonna lose this game because Lord knows we need this victory to get something started. Going into the got to play KC next week, going to the bye, we definitely just win.
Yeah.
Because we lose this one and we lose KC, we're like what? Looking at 1-6.
Yeah.
Because the season is not quite over yet, but we lose this game and Kansas City, it's done. We're might as well start looking at doing mock drafts. That's where we're gonna end up.
Yeah, because technically that would give us only one loss left. You know what I mean? To be able to, be a playoff team. But unless we could tear off 9 straight. Now we lost 10 straight last week. So I mean not last week. Yeah, last year. Sorry about that.
Well, anything is possible, but I'm not getting my hopes up on it. I just hope you have a good game, man. A great game. My first time in Legion Stadium. Can't wait to see how it looks inside and everything else. At least I'm gonna have fun with that. The game might not be that fun, but at least I'll be there. So
yeah, definitely. So what's missing from Vegas than LA and Oakland is like there's more of them than it is of us. So like we have to make noise in there. Like when I went, it was so quiet. Now you gotta like when the ball's in the air, ball, all the shit. Just because sorry, but our DBs need help. You know what I'm saying? But some of the plays are crazy because it's like you gotta when we bring the noise, that hypes up. Like Max and all them feed off that, man. Like, and it's so quiet sometimes because it's a beautiful arena, beautiful stadium, but it feels like it's the opposite cheer. You know what I mean? Like when things are going bad, that's when everyone's cheering. You're like, what's going on? Because it's mostly the opposite side's fans. So we got to get loud. That's the one part. We got to make that thing loud and just let our presence be known.
well, you played football before, and I played just like half a cup of coffee. And when you're a fan, when the crowd's behind you, it just pumps you up. Your blood, your adrenaline start getting there. You make when some good things happen. So we got to cheer on everything that happens good, and then boo when then everything happens bad. Make the other team realize that we stand behind our Raiders. We might be 1-4 this season, not having a good season, but we still stand behind the Raiders. Because I'm tired of the guys say Raiders, Raiders suck. Okay, well, they're not a good team this year. But don't give hope up. Don't give faith up. Still stand behind your team. That's why I preach every time to people like, hey, so what? I'm a Raider fan. So one person told me, I feel sorry for you. Why? Because you're a Raider fan. Why you feel sorry for me? Who's your team? Well, I don't have a team. So how in the hell you feel sorry for me? You don't even have a team. Shut up.
It's like, I feel sorry for you. You don't have a team.
You don't have somebody to root for. I have somebody to root for. You don't.
Yeah.
One of the bandwagoners.
Yeah, it's 100%. But I mean, it just gets frustrating, because we talk about more losses than we do wins, and it just sucks. And it's like when we do win, it's so far in between each win because like we won week 1. Now here we are 4 weeks later after that. Now we're looking at 4 losses and that same win.
Like Quentin says, Mr. Jefferson says, stay mind your team 100%. Whether win or loss. You know, I never watched soccer, but their fans are so dedicated to their team. It's unbelievable. I mean, they fight each other. I mean, we do too, but not like they do. So we got to stand by our team like they do. Same way. Win, lose, tie, draw, whatever. You know, we got to stand by. They got boys in there. I'm sorry, I'm not just clicking right quick. I'm going to go take a shower and get ready. Get off my turf.
Get your stretch on, your pregame music. What's your pregame song, Chris? When you get ready, what's your pregame vibe?
No Vaseline.
Okay, there you go. A little Ice Cube.
You know it.
That's what that team. I like that.
I put words like the other team, like, you know, because Denver's getting fucked out their dreams. You know, blah blah blah. You know, I'm not gonna say the words, but you know,
yeah,
that's what pumps me up.
The donkeys are playing right now too against the Jets. I'm gonna probably say they're gonna come out of this one with a win because the Jets are up. Oh wait, the Jets are up right now.
Yeah, you never know, man.
Yeah, 11-10. It's one of those.
One of those kind of games. Okay. But anyway, I just want to say hi to the Red Nation. You guys in there, like I say, my boy is celebrating. Get off my turf.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell the same thing. I'm gonna go holler at when I'm in the stadium to who we playing? Titans. Get off my turf, man. You guys don't belong here. This is a football team.
Yeah, tell them. Let them know, and then send them home. See, when I went to the Jets game, not last year, the year before, and yeah, my whole thing was send them suckers home unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Send them home sad.
Yeah,
you know,
put them on that plane. Put them on that plane crying like we lost. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to see them. Yeah, but anyway, we go get ready. I'm gonna jump in the shower. I'm at my buddy's house right now. One got me the tickets, and. Did you get the picture I sent you of the Elite Stay at Night? Did you get that picture?
Yes, I did. I'll try to post it up here too. I'll see if I got it on.
I was on freeway. I was like, whoa, there it is. That thing is right next to the freeway. I'm like down there on top of the freeway. Like, wow, that's close.
Oh yeah.
So you said, where's the Elite Stadium, man? Just drive on the freeway. You can't miss it. It's right there.
Yeah, right there. It's a beautiful place, man. Best arena in the world. You know, it's time for Titans. Titans go night night. Let's go.
Yeah, come on, Jefferson. Yeah, put the Titans to sleep. Exactly. Put them to sleep. Yeah. But anyway, hey, salute Red Nation. And Jason, I'll hit you up later on.
Yes, sir.
I'll talk more about the experience at the game Tuesday night with our Cover 3 show.
Yes, sir. And then give them hell, bro. Let them know that you was in that building. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm pretty much at the top, but still, I'm there. Got my jersey, got everything. I'm ready to go. All right. Hey, guys, salute. Go Raiders. Let's get that win. I'll talk to you later, Jason.
Yes, sir. Enjoy. Have a good time, brother.
All right.
Yes, sir. Just win.
Yes, sir. We're going to win.
Let's go. You heard it there. You heard it there first. Live and direct. Yeah, man. So we got to get this thing back on. We got to get back on track. Like, even if you say we do tear off whatever, and we make a run this year, but we need to construct a winner. I think we've been taking the quick fix road too long, trying to plug in. We got to slow the process down. I mean, we're losing. So, I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? So let's get our quarterback, man. I know no quarterback is going to be perfect. I know, but I know our line is terrible. I know I keep hearing the same thing, but is that going to stop us from progressing and watching all these quarterbacks pass us by? You know what I mean? So the thing is, you get the quarterback, then take the time to build around him. Then it's one less thing. You don't have to keep searching for quarterbacks. One thing the Raiders always are searching for every year after year, is a DT and a quarterback and a corner if you want to throw in another one. But it's always the same thing every year. So can we just get one of them out of the way? We can't pick good DTs for some reason, so let's stop. We can't pick good linemen, so let's stop. We can't draft these guys. Let's get free agents. If you're going to go cheap, Get the quarterback in the draft, get the wide receivers in the draft, get the running backs in the draft. Invest in DTs, invest in OTs, invest in the line with money. Like we're terrible with drafting linemen, Leatherwoods, all the, what I'm saying? Like the list goes on, but we are terrible. So let's just flip it. Let's just try something different. And, it might work. The Giants had a worse record than us last year, and they're fighting right now. Quarterback situation changed. Team changed. They had a veteran. They tried to do the veteran plug-in thing for years too. Didn't work. Look at them now, fighting. So let's take a chance with our team, y'all. Let's get the quarterback. We're aimed in the right direction. Let Geno cook. Shit, let him keep on doing what he's doing. And eventually we'll get there. If we had to let McDaniels keep on cooking, we would have been where we wanted to be. We would have had a quarterback. But no, the organization has to stop listening to us because we want it now. But we're not going to get it like that. We're not going to get it by plugging in, putting Band-Aids on a broken arm. You know what I'm saying? So let's just build it the right way. And nation, let's just continue to be, patient or whatever, but do it the right way, Raiders. Get the quarterback, build around him. We have a running back. We have some speedy wide receivers. Maybe we can add one more good receiver. But as far as offense, that's our problem. The defense has been playing overtime. Yeah, of course, we can cook in some ways too, but let's get them some rest. Because the offense hasn't been doing nothing, that first drive and then nothing. So we have to get this offense straight. And we keep trying to, like I said, we keep drafting tackles and guards and stuff like this, and it's not working. Even if it's, I feel like there's levels to it, right? Like, even if we don't have to get the top tier, but just get somebody that can at least let Genty get through holes. It doesn't have to be the best, but it's just somebody that can at least be better than what we got. I still want one more good running back. Mostert is cool, but he's aging, and we need someone else like of that caliber. Like we always talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, how they have that going. We need that 1-2 punch. And Zamir, I'm sorry, but he's not. And so we need someone. I want to see more Mostert Genty, but it feels like they're still leaning more on Genty. But that's the thing. It's like defenses know that we lean on Genty. So trick them. There's plays, man. I mean, like I said, I don't get paid enough to tell you guys how to figure this thing out. And you guys get millions for this. But you got to switch it up, man. Like, you can't let defenses get downhill on you where they can just plant and then get down because they know you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything lateral. It's just run into the holes. I mean, it's a Zamir White offense when it comes to the running game. It's so generic. Like, we started with a nice play for the first play, getting him on that wheel route. Then we go back to our same old Raider run. I don't know if it was a loss, but no yards or 1 yard or something like that. And then we go to a good play, and then we go back to our, let's change it up. Show them stuff that we don't show. We can't be lazy. We have to use the whole clock if we have to, just to get a good play off. It shouldn't be rushing and, it just doesn't look crisp. So we need a 2-back system where Genty and Mostert, because Mostert can catch out of the backfield. So like I said, there should be no incompletions or interceptions, Geno, because you should have a check down. And I don't know who you think you are that you don't need a check down, but you do. And if you want the nation to have any kind of love for you, bro, it's, you can lose games. I mean, we're used to losing too, but it's how you lose. Now, if you were the number one reason, the nation's going to let you have it, bro. That's just what it is. But you have to, bro. I know you want to believe in yourself and have confidence, and I respect that. But don't take us out while you're believing in yourself. Think team. Stop throwing the double-covered people. We don't have Jerry Rice. We don't have Randy Moss. We don't have anybody on this team that is worthy of catching in triple and double coverage. So hit the open guy. When someone's double covered, what does that mean? Somebody else is wide open. You just have to find it. And fake with your eyes, bro. Fake with your eyes. Look one way, past the other. Patrick Mahomes, a couple years ago, he does it a little bit now, but he really made it a main thing. And that's how he kind of separated himself from a lot of people. He would look one way, knowing where he is trying to go, but he's looking in another direction, and it's like, you got to be able to pump, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, pump where you're not going and then throw to who you want to go to. It's not just stare down, oh, pick. I wonder why. You're staring down people, bro. If you, and maybe he doesn't know the playbook like that. So that could be another reason too, because that was the same thing Minshew kind of struggled. Because it's kind of the same thing. Minshew came over here from the Colts after having a pretty good, decent season, and then came here. Geno had some success. Seattle came here. So it's the playbook. I believe it's the playbook. But I feel like they're not making it simple for him. Because, maybe in practice this stuff works, but when you come to the game, it's different. That's why I wonder, are you guys practicing in every defense? Like, you should be practicing your offense against every single defensive coverage. So you're not surprised when you see it in the real field. So I don't know if that's going on. Let me see. Yeah, so more drag routes, more screens, and then no more and changing the coverages. I'd rather us run out of a three wide receiver set, because at least you can audible. Say if they are on to the run, you can audible and you got your receivers. It's like a lot of our running plays you can't really audible to anything but like maybe a bootleg or something like that. But our line is not strong enough to protect him long enough. Bootlegs are just out of the question for our offensive line, because by the time he, fakes, turns around, bam, he's hit. You know what I'm saying? So we have to know, like, even so how pass rushers are getting after us. That's perfect for screens. We just have to call the right type. Like it's just, we're not doing it. We're not. If your line is not that, I almost said, if your line sucks, you're gonna, as soon as those edge rushers hit that corner, you're out of there, or that ball's got to go. Or like I hate to keep saying his name, but Pat Mahomes, he knows how to move around the pocket, get to where, it might not be the initial play. See, that's the thing with our initial plays. If it's not there, it's a sack or a pick. For Patrick, he will get out of there, get to the side, and either run or wait for that, either his receiver to kind of get open where he has a play. But for us, we can't do that. So Geno has to move, bro. He has to move. We won the game. Remember when we had what's his face, Garoppolo. We won that first game against Denver because he ran. And literally he got, I think it was 2 first downs on that drive, and he literally got us to win. And we didn't never do it again as far as like running and, for us, that's the NFL, bro. You have to be able to have a quarterback that can scramble, because a lot of things aren't going to be pretty. Every play isn't going to be, going to be successful in that 3 to 4 seconds. It's going to take you getting out of the pocket, finding, making a play. That's what making a play is. That's what we need to learn to do. Make a play. And I don't get so I had heard that basically they were getting at Geno because he's not staying after practice and working with the guys and doing extra work with the offense. Or, that's just, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I heard. So I wondered that too. Because, when you're out of sync with your wide receivers, you got to put that extra time in. Because it's not something like you could just show up to practice. Damn, we had a bad day. Oh, well, we'll get them tomorrow. No, we got to figure out why this happened, why this went wrong, because there's a reason for everything. It's either, oh my bad, I cut a little bit too soon, or my bad, I couldn't see, I couldn't see, all the excuses, whatever it is. But there's a reason for everything. So we have to get on the same page and use Tucker. We went to Tucker 3 times in that one game, and then instead of building on stuff, we tend to go away from it. It's like we don't believe in ourselves enough and to trust our game plan, to trust our talent, to trust the speed that we have. I mean, I talk about speed a lot because, for one, Al Davis loves speed because it's a game changer. And it's all like, I don't know if you guys see sometimes when I play Madden, right? It's all about catching teams surprise, and you have to bank on them going all out for something to try to stop something, because it's smart. If you know that your best player is, say, Brock Bowers, now 3rd down, 80% of the time, I'm probably going to go to Brock, right? But you got to bank on that 20% of somebody else, or it could be even, somebody that, like Marcel Reese used to be clutch for us, bro. If you remember Marcel Reese, fullback, he was an ex-wide receiver, but he could receive out of the backfield as a fullback. Now, when everybody else was covered, he would surprise teams and break out, catch, run for hella yards, get us, keep us going. And that is the key to a good offense. Is you can't guard. Like, I want an offense that where defense is like, man, I can't guard everybody, bro. It's where, and we have the potential for that. You know what I mean? We have the potential for a good offense. Karma 12, we're talking about our Raiders. You know what I mean? We're talking about the Raiders and how we can get this thing back on track. Shout to you. But yeah, we have the speed. We got Tucker, we got Thornton. Stop taking Thornton so damn deep. He's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Get him some intermediate small routes to get him just comfortable. Get him comfortable and his confidence up in the offense. Stop making him an all or nothing. I mean, he had that cool slide and catch in that New England game, which was beautiful, but we haven't seen nothing else since. So shorten the routes for him and Tucker. We don't have Bowers, so someone else has to be the underneath. Even if it's Besh, let Besh play Bowers' role. You know what I mean? Just getting those quick little boom boom, so you still can move Tucker and you can move, Thornton, but you got to use the speed, man, because it's like having speed and then not using it is crazy. Because it's like the linebackers cannot keep up with whatever Thornton runs. So you have to move him around those backers, target people like they target us. But we don't know how to do that, or just we haven't been doing that. I'll say that. So we have to move Tucker, even those little wide receiver screens and stuff like that, just to get him in space. Because speed with space is dangerous. But we have to get them the ball. And like I said, Tucker or Bowers was our safety blanket, but we don't have him right now. And we have, like I said, Besh is like a baby Bowers. You know what I'm saying? So he's a tough kid. Get him the ball. That should be, at worst case, a safety blanket. And just get it to him. He can break tackles. He's a tough kid. He can make people miss. But we have to get our guys the ball. Geno, stop holding the ball. Find ways, guys, to get the ball out of Geno's hands quickly. Get it to Tucker, get it to Thornton, get it to Myers. So for some reason, Myers has not been getting like a lot of separation, and they've been kind of doubling him a little bit because they know that he's kind of the best wide receiver really that we have on our team. But it's not enough. But we have to stop doing the triple coverage. I don't like teams that try to satisfy wide receivers. Like, I want you to hit the open person, like be a balanced offense where we're not just forcing the ball. Because what happens when you force the ball most of the time? Interceptions. You see, Geno has had a problem with interceptions. Now, I know some teams want to say, oh, just fight through it. Fight through it. Never lose confidence in your quarterback. Have them keep throwing. Keep throwing. I mean, but it's costing us games. Sorry about that. Turn this off. Okay. Oh, Lord. But, yeah, we got to figure this thing out somehow, some way. But why we've struggled, man, like in this past basically 5 or so years. Let me give a score update too for so we got 11-10 Jets looking for their first win. I think it's 4 minutes 7 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 11-10 with Denver's got the ball and they're on the let me see, does it say where they are? First and 10 at the New York Jets 20. All right, but okay. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get into before I let you guys go because I know we got the 10 o'clock game. So I just wanted to talk about just basically the 5 key factors, key factors and issues behind Raiders' failures for the past 5 years. Because, like I said, we made the playoffs a couple years ago, so it's not like we're that far away. Because obviously we made it that year, but we should have kind of either kept what was successful for us and built off that, but we didn't. Yeah, in fact, the whole thing got kind of turned around after that, after the McDaniels era. But one thing was inconsistent and high turnovers at coaching and front office, multiple head coaches in short spans, lack of continuity, frequent changes in general managers, decision makers. Each regime often resets strategy, scheme, roster, culture. This instability makes it hard to build. And it does. We've had coaching change. And see, like, even after where we at? Week 6? No, where we at? 5? Week 5? Can't count. Oh, week 6. And we're already, fire this coach. Fire Brendan Carroll. Fire Pete Carroll. Fire, it's always fire this. It will never grow. And I mean, this is the last group I would like to fire, though, because I mean, if this group can't get it together and figure this thing out, then I don't think no one can. So, I mean, there's going to have to be some changes, either maybe offensive coordinator, maybe getting a little younger, getting a little, kind of up to date. But the man just won a dang national championship last year, though. That's the crazy part. So, I mean, we forget that our team is our team, and it's going to take a lot of work, man. I was just hoping that Pete was able to come in here and just kind of put some pieces together. And, we heard compete, but he didn't say win. Well, he did. He just said, we were going to, well, he said he was used to coming, winning 9-10 games a season. He said he was used to that. We weren't used to that. So if you average that out, his 10 wins and then our 4 wins, that's what, 5 wins? If we put that basically an average. So 5 wins we could get out of this season, possibly. But that's the thing. We expected, at least to be, I think, maybe 2-2 or 2-3, 3-2, at least teetering. But for 1-4, it's just, we know what's up. We know the numbers. We've seen these percentages too many times. But, that's that. But another reason, poor red zone efficiency and stalling. The Raiders have repeatedly struggled to convert red zone trips into touchdowns. No matter who is calling the plays, the inside the 20 execution often fails. Drives often stall in critical areas, leading to field goals or punts instead of touchdowns. I'm pretty sure. But let me see. Let me get to there. Yeah, punts instead of leading to field goals or punts instead of touchdowns. For example, this year, They converted only 35.7% of red zone opportunities into touchdowns, which is 5 of 14, ranking among the worst in the league. So I know the turnovers are bad enough, but then when we do get into the red zone, 5 of 14 is crazy because a lot of that could have changed. Say if we were 10 of 14, could have probably changed something in some of those games. Maybe not, but we will never know. Yep. So, another reason. Blown leads. The inability to close games. A huge one for us. It's been for years. Over the years, the Raiders have lost games they were leading, sometimes by double digits. In 2022, for instance, 9 of their 11 losses were one-possession games. They became the first team in NFL history to lose 5 or more games in a season while leading by double digits in the second half. That's crazy. I'm going to read that again just so that kind of sinks in. In 2022, for instance, 9 of their 11 losses were one-possession games. They became the first team in NFL history to lose 5 or more games in a season while leading by double digits in the second half. That's crazy. We lost 5 or more games while leading by double digits in the second half. Just meltdown. That kind of collapse marks failures in game management, adjustments, and mental toughness. That's crazy. Yeah, that's that. I think that was McDaniel's first season. Devontae and all that running into Renfro and pushing the Chiefs, whatever, cameraman and all that. That whole disaster. Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, I went to that Cardinals home opener that year too. Okay, but also the defensive third down failures and pass rush issues. The defense, especially on third downs, have allowed opponents to extend drives. The Raiders have had trouble generating consistent pass rush pressuring QBs or forcing timely stops. In big games, opposing offenses have routinely moved the chains against us. Routinely. That's crazy. Yep, teams come and do whatever they want. Yeah, because third downs, we can't stop, and we can't stop anybody. We were playing soft coverage last week, and all teams had to do run a little 5-yard stop, get about 8 yards, keep the clock going, just eating us up. Now, as of recently, special teams and miscellaneous mistakes. Mistakes in special teams, missed kicks, poor field position, punt, kick return breakdowns have cost them games. Penalties, turnovers, and mismanagement. Timeouts, clock, play calls have also hurt critical drive momentum, as we know. And, for us, it seems like it's so hard for us to score. Like that one game where they broke that long 60-yard run on us. I think that was Washington, And basically, it was crazy because it took us so long to score, and then just like that, bam, they score again with the touchdown run. And, we, like I said, we're not built like that. We gotta, we are the one that has to either get turnovers and capitalize on that, or not turn the ball over and play our best ball. That's the only way. Another one. This is why for the last 20 plus years. Roster construction, talent gaps in depth, or not enough elite playmakers across the roster. Injuries expose thinness, and weak backup performance further hurts consistency. Sometimes the Raiders have not prioritized positions or built balanced teams, offense, defense, depth. Now, I talked about that. This is the biggest reason for our failures. One of the biggest, the top 3. Because we don't draft well, we blow money in free agency, and we don't even our team out. We'll pay, you know, I know we love Max and everything like that, but you can't. Max is only one person, and this team needs help. You know, like yeah, it's cool having him here. You know, he looks great in that 98 jersey, but we're not balanced, man. We got him, and then we got everybody else because we can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I said, we love our players sometimes too much. You know, yeah, he's a good player, everything like that, but we'll never go anywhere unless we break that down and get 3 elite players out of that somehow. You know, because it's just Max. It's just Max. We were hoping Kuntz would, you know, but Kuntz is still trying to figure it out. Tyree, we already know, but we need balance, man. He can't do it by himself. And if we're gonna waste his talents, man, we might as well send him somewhere, get something for him. Him and Jacoby. You know, like I said, if we keep him as stupid, it's literally stupid. Because if we keep Jacoby and we're not, he's gonna go next year. He's not staying with us, bro. Anyone that thinks he's gonna stay here and extend with us, we'll see. But you know, that's kind of crazy. He's gonna ride it out, and then they're gonna bid on him in free agency. It's just what it is. So with Max, we're either gonna get him injured and then get nothing at all for him and just watch the end of his career just be terrible. But we could get something for him and try to save this team going forward. Because it's not about the past, man. It's about moving on, helping this team get better in the future. You know, Max is cool. He's done everything he could for us, and it's made no difference whatsoever. Because look at our records. You know, so John Gruden had the idea back then to do it. It's just we didn't do right with the picks, you know. And if we had picked, I forget the exact names in that draft, but I mean, if we had selected the right people, it could have changed a lot of things, you know. Because Abrams didn't even play his first year or whatever. He had knocked himself out. And then the second year, he injures himself again. That's 2 years wasted, you know. And Clee, we know how that went. So that's what I'm saying. If we hit the right players, like Josh was the best pick out of that whole trio. Now, if we had did that right, we could have put something together and we could have had something to build on. But we can't keep doing this thing out of free agency with these 1-year deals because we never keep the good talent. The good talent always gets taken in free agency. And we have to do better in drafting. Like this last draft was almost – Genty was the best thing out of that draft. We got Thornton, we got Besh, we got some pieces, but it just depends on how to use them. Because if we don't fix this line, we're not going to do anything with none of these people, you know. So we have to fix this line, and we have money, which is stupid. I don't know why. I would rather us spend it all than to be sitting here at 1-4 with money to burn. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense. Invest. I mean, if we're so bad at what we do, then that means anybody we can pretty much bring in will be better than, you know, what we have. I mean, we don't have to talk about the center, guard, all, you know, from the gate. Trying to change Genty's stance, all the stuff that didn't matter. And look where we're sitting at now, 1-4. All that stuff that didn't matter, that we were worried about, too many things that didn't matter. But we have no depth in our roster because we cannot draft enough. We can't draft. Our draft pieces are supposed to be depth. You know, like we're supposed to have actual starters on our offense, like people that actually, you know, do this professionally every, you know, week in, week out, every Sunday. And then you draft to try to get to, you know, of course, some depth, but let them eventually develop and get better as they sit behind the starters. We don't do that. We get third string people for our starters, and then when they suck, then we expect the rookies to come in and clean it up, and they're not ready yet. They didn't have good enough examples to show them how to be ready. So, you know, it's an endless cycle. But we have to draft better. Last 2 years were a little bit better, but sketchy. But this one was kind of, you know, because a lot of these people didn't even crack our roster. You know, like we got to get better. We got to draft better. Because if we draft these guys in the draft, we have them for cheap and we can build up our team. But the more we get these dang free agent quarterbacks and 30 million, 40 million here, we're never going to be able to build our team up. That's why right now I'm like, I don't care no more. Let's draft a goddamn quarterback. Let's build around him, and just see how it goes. Lamar Jackson, I mean, I'm leaning more towards that type. I don't even care about the passing no more because I know that the NFL has rushers that get after you. So we can't avoid getting a running quarterback. And wouldn't it be nice to see somebody running for some first downs on third down? Just something a little bit different. So I'm with that, man. I'm ready for them to just let's start this thing, start it over. What's the worst we're gonna do? Lose? We've been doing a good job of that too, trying to do it the way we've been doing it. So the free agents plugins not gonna work. Build around a cheap quarterback. Start this thing. Just keep what talented people we have, keep them here, and then just start this thing over. We got the young wide receivers, we got young running back. We just need a young quarterback, man. Let's get it. Defense. Now I know I was talking about getting rid of Max and stuff like that, but like I said, if we don't have a plan, then no, do not get rid of him. But if we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing and not give him help and just pretty much waste his talents, man, it's not cool. Because I mean, just for him to be a Raider for the rest of his career, just so we get sucked, no, it's not worth it. I'd rather trade him and at least make an attempt to get better than to be, because we know what it is. If we keep him, we know, I mean, we're stuck. We don't have enough money. We're paying Geno 40. We're still paying people that aren't even on the roster no more. So the money thing, we need to stop, because whoever's in that department of picking players, picking talent, we suck at that. We don't know how to pick. First of all, we need to draft them. We need to figure that part out. Drafting the best talent. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care about attitude. I don't care about personality. I want the raw talent, like the talent that you cannot walk away from. And I'll take my chances. I used to be against best available. I felt like we needed to target each position. But what does it matter if it's on our list at second or third? What does it matter if we get it in the first or second? As long as we get that piece, and it's a talented piece. Like I want a freak. That's the ones we should be getting. The just dominant physical beast. Salute to everybody too. I didn't mean to go off, ranting, but yep, salute. Raider Shield family, salute. Oh, Chris is actually having the time of his life. He's pre-gaming for the game right now. He's out there in Vegas right now. Salute to my cover 3 brother. Chewy, what up? Yeah, Chewy, I can send you the link too if you're I don't know what you're doing, but I'm about to get off in about 15-ish. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of check in and just we got to start this thing over, man, because and when they talk about the Raider way, and it's been so long since we've been ourselves of our winning ways and stuff like that, so there has to be a reset. And someone like they can't listen to us because we've been through this so long that we are impatient, and it's hard not to just want it now. Every season that goes by that we don't make playoffs, or we don't make a run in the playoffs, or we don't beat a playoff team, it just sucks, man. Like it's we know how these weeks have been for the last 4 weeks. It sucked. So imagine this times 12 more games or whatever it is. But imagine this some more. And do we see it end? Like if we were building on something, say if we were losing these games like by a field goal or something like that, where it's close, and Geno's consistently getting a rhythm with the wide receivers, because that's what's missing, bro. I don't know. I guess maybe because like we do some coaching with the kids and stuff like that too. So when we see problems, we eliminate it off top, bro. Like if I see like a bad habit with someone, we break that. We break that habit, and I don't get why the Raiders aren't doing that. It shouldn't get to 3 damn interceptions. It should be like, okay, after that tip ball interception, because that's crazy, because dude was wide open. Yeah, I get that, but you got to get it to him. And I know I kind of didn't like how he was just like, whoa, hey, shit, I made the right read. No, you didn't, because if you did make the right read, the ball would have been a touchdown and not batted. So, it's either maybe where he's positioned at, or if I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I can't give you guys all the answers, But yeah, something's got to change. Or I would love to ask him about the other two interceptions, but yeah, like I said, my boy Chris, man, can't be here today. He is getting ready for the game, and hopefully he can be the good luck charm out there and get us his second win, because that would be some good momentum going into the KC game. We seem to play better in KC than we do at home, so we will see. We usually do score predictions and all that kind of stuff, and I figured out that it's not a jinx. It's just we're not a good football team right now. And that's why I can't really get excited. Even if we win today, it's kind of like, okay, we're supposed to beat this team, even though, yeah, win is a win, yeah. But if we tear off 6 more losses after that, that really kind of, I'm not going to get excited. I just know what it means. I mean, we're closer to the number 1 pick than we are as a playoff team. Now we'll see if never mind. Denver's up. They just went up a field goal on New York. It's 11-13, so New York could drive down. It's a first down at the Denver 44, so they have time. They could drive down and get a field goal. They got a minute left. I don't know how many timeouts. I can't see that, but yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. They can win it by a field goal, so I'm pretty sure they're going to do their best. And New York could get their first win today, or the Donkeys will get their 4th win. So, like I said, everyone's getting better except the Jets. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this one's going to go. I figure it's going to be close. I don't see this one being like a 20-something to 20. I see it maybe like 15-17 or something crazy like that. I think it's going to be like a field goal battle. Yeah, so I would say 17-15. But we got to figure it out, man, because, I mean, we definitely can't do this against KC. Playing them, and then say we go play KC and get mollywopped. Let me see. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Let me go back to this too. Salute everybody for showing up too. Appreciate you guys this Saturday or Sunday morning. Excuse me. Oh, damn. It's not looking good for the Jets. It's over. Must have been a pick or something. Yep. So Donkeys just won. They're 4-2. That sucks. Jets are 0-5. So Jets will have the number 1 spot this year. I don't think they're giving it up. So we'll be like 2-3 maybe. But it depends what we do today. But what's his name? Simmons, though. We got to deal with that big boy today. Is it Jeffrey Simmons? Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one. Gino's got to get the ball out, but he's got to be safe with it. And I'm gonna let everybody kind of get their pregame on. I appreciate you guys for showing up, coming through. Thank you for letting me rant and kind of express myself. But I love this team. It's just frustrating that we're not in it, and until we win, I think four straight, we are where we are. But like I said, as long as we take this opportunity to get better moving forward, because I mean, we can't let a losing season be a total loss. Now, what that means is pretty much we have to, entering into the next season, everyone that isn't a part of this team and isn't with the program has to be gone. And there's no more, because what I've heard for the longest, and I just never wanted to believe it, but they always said this team was like a team that basically is like a rehab team. They used to always say that when quarterbacks are washed up at another team, they'll go to the Raiders to kind of see if they got something left or see, if it's over. And then if not, or you coming off injury, you can go to the Raiders and get right. And for the last 5 or so years, it seems like that, that we are the team just to kind of get you back in, I guess, playing shape so you can go to another team and I guess do well, but which is crazy. But like I said, I always never wanted to believe that, but man, sometimes it looks that way. But hopefully whoever hates us in the NFL, man, they take the curse off and we can get back with the rest of the league. But until then, man, I appreciate everybody. Chris will be back. Me, Chris, and Chewy will be back on the Cover 3 show on Tuesday. Oh, Lord. So if win or lose, win or lose, I'll be here. I will come back. Win or lose, we're going to talk about it, because like I said, I respect everybody, man, that can watch these frustrating games and then come back with the nation afterwards. So I will do that, man. Like, we will suffer together. Shout out to Hammer, too, because, like, I remember after that loss, boy, he was actually one of the ones that was there, as we vented and kind of got some stuff off. So, appreciation to him. But yeah, we definitely need to get it going. I want to have faith. I'm just going to have faith until the offseason. I'm going to talk shit. But yeah, I will try my best to just keep kind of my harsh comments to myself. But like I said, I can make no promises. But if we win or lose, I will be here to talk about it. And it's cool because we got the holiday tomorrow, so I got an extra day to mourn. I always say I like holidays after the game because then you got time to mourn. But hopefully we just go in there and we turn this thing around, tear off 7 straight, and we back up in it. So God is good, man, all the time. So I believe. We appreciate you and thank you guys. Raider Nation, hang in there. It's been a rough one, but you know how we do. Raiders for life, man. Let's go.
It's the Sunday Morning Pillaging Show.